In a crowded city lived a man named Louis. For years his life followed the same pattern. He woke up tired, worked without enthusiasm, returned home frustrated, and ended each day blaming circumstances for everything he lacked. His job paid little. His apartment felt small. His future felt smaller. And slowly he convinced himself that no change was possible. Every morning he passed the same park on his way to work. It was a large, open space that once had been beautiful, but over the years it had deteriorated. Old benches stood crooked. Trash lay scattered under the trees, and weeds spread across the pathways. People walked through quickly without paying attention, treating the place as something forgotten. One Monday morning, Louis noticed an overflowing trash bin near the gate. It bothered him more than usual, though he didn't know why. Perhaps it was the smell, or the mess on it, or perhaps it simply reflected how he felt inside, overloaded and neglected. The next day he walked through the park again. The trash bin was still full, and even more garbage surrounded it. People stepped on it and continued on their way. No one looked at it twice. On Wednesday morning, Louis stopped for a moment. He glanced at the overflowing bin. He had no special tools, no authority to manage the place, no reason to care, but unexpectedly, he crouched down and began to gather some of the trash. He placed it inside bags he found nearby and tied them closed. He didn't clean everything, only what he could carry. It took him no more than 5 minutes. No one noticed, and he didn't expect them to. The following morning he passed the park again. The area near the bin looked slightly better, even though more trash had accumulated overnight. For the first time in months he felt a small, quiet sense of control. Not over the world, but over at least one small piece of it. On Friday he arrived earlier than usual. He picked up the trash again and cleared the pathway near the bench. He didn't speak about it at work. It wasn't important to anyone else. But when he returned through the park in the evening, he realized that fewer people had littered near the cleaned area. The space looked different, still imperfect, but changed. On Saturday he brought a pair of old gloves and a small bag from home. He removed weeds from around the walkway. A few people walking the path slowed down, watching him quietly. Nobody offered help. Still, Louis continued. Each day that followed he focused on a different small section. He straightened a bench, then cleared leaves near the playground. He never attempted to fix the entire park at once. He simply improved what he could reach in a few minutes. After 2 weeks something shifted. A man jogging through the park picked up a crushed bottle and placed it into the bin. A woman walking her dog collected a few wrappers. A teenager stopped to move branches off the path. None of them coordinated with each other, but the presence of one person caring changed the behavior of many. Within a month the park looked noticeably cleaner. Flowers that had been buried under weeds began to show. Children started playing there again. Elderly people sat on the repaired bench in the mornings. The place began to resemble what it once had been. One afternoon the city maintenance workers passed by and saw the transformation. They inspected the park, took pictures, and added it to their renovation schedule. A team arrived the following week with new bins, fresh paint for the benches, and updated signs. Residents saw the improvements and felt proud of the space. A park that had been ignored for years had become a place people wanted to protect. Louis didn't tell anyone what he had done. He never expected recognition. He simply realized that the act of improving something, even something small, changed him. His energy at work began to increase. He felt more organized, more focused, more patient. His coworkers noticed his attitude shift before he noticed it himself. Within a few months he was offered a better position. His income increased. He began taking care of his apartment the same way he had taken care of the park, one corner at a time. The biggest change was internal. For years he believed that life only improves when big opportunities arrive from somewhere outside. But now he understood that the direction of life changes the moment a person takes responsibility for even the smallest action within their reach. Louis still walked through the park every morning. It remained clean, not because of one person's effort anymore, but because many people had adopted new habits after seeing one example. The park didn't just improve, the entire neighborhood changed with it. And it all began the day one man decided to stop blaming the world and start improving a single square meter of it.
Before you go, here's a question for you. What small action can you take today that could start changing the entire direction of your life? Thank you for watching this story. If it brought you value, please consider subscribing to The Moral Room. Your support means a lot and helps us create more inspiring stories for you.